Sorted.
Good evening and welcome everyone to A Course in Miracles. I'm Teri Angel here with my co-host Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hey.
And all of our beautiful family coming in for a wonderful discussion tonight. Christine, Elizabeth, and Sunny. Auntie Jean.
Hello, everyone.
Charlie Kunz.
Hello, everyone.
Duran Ria. And our beautiful Melanie. Thank you all for being here. And anyone joining us virtually, you're welcome to type in any comments or questions that you might have. And we're going to get right to it. So Karen, would you start us out, please?
Yes. So let's just take a couple of nice slow breaths. Feel yourself just synchronizing your breath with your heart. Slowing everything down. Just bringing all of your awareness to love's presence. Whatever that feels like for you. Love's presence with no boundaries, no limitations, no demands, no conditions, no expectations. Just being love's presence. We can feel with certainty and knowing that we have accepted our part in the plan for salvation. And we can gently just relax now, knowing that our function is being fulfilled just by our loving presence. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to say. And there's nobody you need to be but your true self. And let that be so simple as you just float into that true knowing of who you are. Salvation seems to come from anywhere except you. So too does the source of guilt. You see neither guilt nor salvation as in your own mind and nowhere else. When you realize that all guilt is solely an invention of your mind, you also realize that guilt and freedom must be in the same place, all in your mind. The only place that truth needs to correct any errors is in your mind. No one else needs to change, and no one else is going to be the one who saves you. Nothing external. There is nothing external. There is nothing external. It's all in your mind. The one mind that can heal all. In understanding this, all are saved. Just think about that for a moment. And let yourself just ease back into this moment. Just coming back into this feeling of knowing that guilt and freedom are all available, that we are always given the choice. We can be free or we can be bound. Those are our choices. And this is an opportunity to let that be freedom for all, because it's all one mind. And the same thing for guilt. Guilt can be in the one mind, or we can let it go completely. And when we let it go completely, understanding comes. First, forgiveness, then understanding. And again, we forgive the illusion. We forgive the tiny mad idea. We forgive that we believed there was more than one problem. There's only one problem, and that solution's already been taken care of. So as long as we just remember, it's all done. It's all taken care of. There is no separation. It's ridiculous to think that we are separate from everything. So let's enjoy this time together and share how every lesson was for everybody.
Yeah, I love how we're transitioning into the next exercise. In the insights, it talks about being in that mist and clouds and all of that, the chaos and the blockages that we put up, that we envision and call in. And it says, gratefully, I have been given a guide who knows the way through the clouds, who knows that what lies beyond the clouds is joy, complete serenity, and limitless love. The guide does not believe the images I made up in my mind. I take his hand and he offers with gentleness and compassion. I feel its strength and support. I don't feel so alone. I have a friend who knows the way through the veil of fear. As I hold his hand, he gently, patiently guides me through the mist. The darkness fades and the light grows stronger. So it's just that simple. You know, the angels keep saying we complicate things, but it's this simple, just to reach your hand out, take that guide that's going to walk you through the clouds. And then there is the clarity. There's the joy and the peace and the love. So yeah, not holding any grievances. It's when we think that it's hard, it'll be hard. When we think, oh, there's somebody that doesn't believe that story and that's willing to guide me through all the perceived blockages, the barriers, the obstacles, then we can get to that other side where we believe that we can be in peace and enjoy and not in the chaos. So that's where I went with this. I preferred the light. I preferred the joy. I preferred staying happy. And that's my choice every day.
Yeah. No more chasing clouds for me. I'm remaining in the sky. I'm going to watch those clouds go by.
I love clouds. I love the formations. I love the energy, but I love this big blue, clear sky. And that's what I choose to reside in right now. Next.
I am happy what I'm doing every day on the keto. I do water with apple banana before I go away to bed, and I notice that my belly are going down.
Good for you.
Wow.
Apple vinegar is losing the weight.
I had a very strange experience because I haven't had much time to go over these lessons because I've been busy with the girls. But when I finally did, I was thinking about the clouds and I was seeing the clouds and I was starting to try to push them away. And all of a sudden, have you ever stood on the ocean and the waves come in and all of a sudden you feel like you're gliding out into the water? That's that's a sensation I got. I got the sensation of gliding out into the water and the clouds just parted as I was gliding. And it was really cool. So I don't exactly know what it means, but it really made me see that we have to go through the clouds to get to the blue side, as you're all talking about. It was really special. That was special.
And like that blue sky behind you, Jean.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, it was a little strange, this one. I don't know. I guess the grievance part, I just try and be the light all the time and not have the grievance come in. So I don't even like to go to the grievance part. So, it's really, I don't know. It's like I let them all go already. I don't, why am I going back to grievances? But I'm just always in the light.
I think if I could speak to that, Charlie, I think we have experiences every day. We're here in the 3D, and there's going to be what I call fires. There's going to be challenges and struggles that come up, and we have to acknowledge that. We can't bury our heads and say it's not there, because there's going to be, for many of us, there's going to be huge fires. For some, it's going to be just a little stumbling block, but it's just the knowingness that we don't have to stay there. We don't have to keep being in that energy. The cloud, we can move those clouds, just like Jean was saying, just stand there and see them all moving away. That it's our choice. And that's what we're being taught. It's our choice. If we want to stay in that energy of chaos or turmoil or whatever is coming forward, or if we're saying, no, not today. Today I'm staying in my high vibration.
Right. That's what I try to do, is stay in my high vibration.
Exactly.
Well, I think for me, it was better, but I did like it that when it says that I will reach his will, like his will will go with me. So then suddenly, a friend called me, and then I mentioned to him the stuff in I don't even remember last night. That's so great because I guess I guess I work it so much that it's so great that I don't even I don't have a clue. But when I was talking to him, I told him, look, now that I am talking to you, I'm experiencing that. So then he mentioned to me, it didn't make me laugh because he says, don't let your husband, because the husband is that have power over you, but it's the wrong belief or the wrong thought. I think I was like, oh my God, that's what. Then I started to laugh because it's not my husband. It's nothing. It's just that stuff that I have made it as a husband, and then I started feeling better. I started to back again doing the breathing and just very gentle voice, and then I started feeling very peaceful. And that was my experience.
This one's a struggle for me. I'm having not a good day.
Oh, honey.
I think I'm going to go off camera because I feel tears coming. So
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Big
sweetheart.
hug. Big hug.
I had a very,
Love
very,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Karen. Had a really good morning. I did the first self-care workshop with my friend and her daughter. And I just feel so grateful that I have mind shifts and different things to share with people that really, really help them. They just lapped up all the wonderful ways I've been able to shift and change. And yeah, it's about choice. And after that, I just felt so good. One thought came in, something else happened, and the grievances, they feel heavy on my chest right now. Very heavy, like I am being stepped on or pushed back or held back or stopped. And yes, I know I have choice. I do. I'm not being successful making that choice at the moment. Even though, and the more I try and force it or struggle, the more anxious I get. I tried the breathing exercise. And of course, I know that none of this is good for my health right now. So my health is bad at the moment. And I'm having a big struggle today. And yes, I know it's going to change because I just wrote on Facebook the other day about postpartum thing that I had and inspired so many people, even a little girl that was third grade when I knew her. Now she's in her 20s and she wrote me. That was profound for me, but I'm just having trouble helping myself today. So I've been calling in everybody I can think of. And I know
Just
they're
remember, gentleness is your superpower right now. Gentleness. Just be gentle with yourself, and let the grievances be taken care of by spirit. Don't engage with them. Don't have any engagement. Don't have, let it just float by, and ask for the gentleness to really comfort you. Because gentleness is your superpower. And the more gentle you are with yourself, what would you say to somebody who came to you? You'd be gentle. You'd be so gentle, and you'd help them. So talk to yourself like you would talk to somebody who was coming to you as a client. Treat yourself the way that you would treat one of your clients, and be really gentle about this. These are raw moments. Believe me, Sharon, I've got some very raw moments myself I'm dealing with that are coming up big time, crying my eyes out, letting those grievances just come up And then reminding myself, that's not me. That's not me. That's mythical me. That's the me who believes that she's vulnerable. That's the me who believes that she's insecure. But that's not me. I'm not claiming that anymore. I'm not claiming that identity anymore. My identity is divine love, and that's it. All love. That's it. And you're all love too, sweet Sharon. You're all love.
Thanks, Karen. Well, I guess I'm in the ebb of my ocean and I just have to, I have been gentle, Karen, so I know that that's not exactly moving the waters at the moment. So sometimes even with the gentle and even with the knowing, I'm experiencing it. And yes, I would be telling this to other clients, exactly what you're saying and how you're saying it. And I know that in their own divine time, they will move through it. And I have to know that for me too. I can't, it's not that I can't, but it's not, I'm not being successful trying to be gentle and want it to change at the same time. So, you know, here we are at the moment, and this too shall pass, but at the moment it is exceedingly uncomfortable.
It is
Thank you
uncomfortable
so
when
much
you're
for sharing that and for coming in and being so open and, you know, sharing what you're sharing, because I'm sure it's helping. I know it's helping me. It makes me know that, again, we can always come here safe. We can always come here and share.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying earlier, you know, we're in this 3D world. There's going to be the challenges. There's going to be the struggle. So just the fact that you are acknowledging them. And I would say to make a shift, go to gratitude. Thank you. Thank you to the struggles. Because when you get on the other side of that struggle, you realize how strong you were coming through it. It's like the message that the angels gave last night, those storms of life. You know, we make it through them and we realize how strong we were as we came through. So I think I need to go to the refrigerator, Sharon, and find that hug that's in there.
I would like to say something, and I feel awkward in saying it because you all are so much more mature than I am. But I have found that when you do something spiritual, like if you're talking to someone and you can see the light kind of coming into their eyes and accepting what you're saying, and you get such a lift from the Holy Spirit. I call it the Holy Spirit. You get such a lift. It's kind of like adrenaline, I suppose, that you get that in your body and it feels so wonderful and so good. And then for some reason, a little time passes and it's almost like you get a downer. Now you all, like, I know that Teri has a way of just keeping it up there all the time, you know, but for me, I experience a down. I want to feel that feeling all the time, and it's not going to happen for me, at least not yet, anyway. So that might be part of it. It just seems like when I've had that wonderful experience, and then the other things seem worse than I did before because I had that feeling at once and I couldn't hold on to it. And I feel like I should be able to hold on to it. So I don't know if that helped or anything like that, Sharon, but I kind of understand a little bit of what you're saying. You know, I think but nobody knows what anybody else is feeling. So just know that we love you and that you deserve all the good and happiness in the world, and you're beautiful.
Thank you, Jean. I agree with you. We are in this world, and we're not always on the high-flying raft as much as we want to be. And sometimes we get there without realizing we're there, and sometimes we're not there. And I know it's appropriate. It's life. I feel like I'm nowhere near the depth of down that I've been in the past. So I know this too will pass. And I know I don't like feeling this way, but here I am. And so I am gentle, Karen. And I do know that I have been grateful all day, Teri. Every single thing I look at, I have.
Yes.
That none of those tools are working at the moment. And I think that's an important part for me to say out loud for people who also may be having a pocket full of tools that just aren't working at the moment. And that's okay.
You're experiencing a spiritual Durango.
Durango, Charlie? What's that? Hun?
Yeah, that's this one's lesson in the course. Spiritual Durango. I can't understand why people are frightened of new ideas. I'm frightened of the old ones. And in it says, life sucks and then you die. Is a fun made up a pack of lies we humans have been telling ourselves for the last, I don't know, 400,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you read the one for this one, number 70, it goes into, I guess, what you're feeling or whatever, you know.
I will read that, Charlie. There's one moment, or I have for myself, never, even this that I'm in, even this heavy sadness, defeatist, grievance, whatever word you want to put it, I don't feel like my life sucks. I don't feel like life sucks ever. I sometimes feel like I'm going through this so I can be an image for other people in sharing it, that not only am I going through it for myself, but we're all connected. So maybe I'm picking up someone else's sadness and I've opened myself up to that. I don't know, but I'll be okay. I mean, I'm okay right now. I'm not okay. I'm just not feeling the exuberant joy that I usually feel. So thank you, Charlie, for putting me in the future of tomorrow.
That sounds like a good segue for us to hear what our exercise is tomorrow.
This one's a beauty. My salvation comes from me. All temptation is nothing more than some form of the basic temptation not to believe the idea for today. Salvation seems to come from anywhere except from you. So too does the source of guilt. You see neither guilt nor salvation as your own mind and nowhere else. When you realize that all guilt is solely an invention of your mind, you also realize that guilt and salvation must be in the same place. In understanding this, you are saved. The seeming cost of accepting today's idea is this. It means that nothing outside yourself can save you. Nothing outside yourself can give you peace, but it also means that nothing outside yourself can hurt you or disturb your peace or upset you in any way. Today's idea places you in charge of the universe where you belong because of what you are. This is not a role that can be partially accepted, and you must surely begin to see that accepting it is salvation. It may not, however, be clear to you why the recognition that guilt is in your mind entails the realization that salvation is there as well. God would not have put the remedy for the sickness where it cannot help. That is why your mind has worked, but hardly his. He wants you to be healed, so he has kept the source of healing where the need for healing lies. You have tried to do just the opposite, making every attempt, however distorted and fantastic it might be, to separate healing from the sickness for which it was intended, and thus keep the sickness. Your purpose was to ensure the healing did not occur. God's purpose was to ensure that it did. Today, we practice that God's will and yours and ours are all really the same in this. God wants us to be healed, and we do not want to be sick because it makes us unhappy. Therefore, in accepting the idea for today, we are really in agreement with God. He does not want us to be sick, neither do we. He wants us to be healed, and so do we. We are ready for 2 longer practice periods today, each of which should last some 10 to 15 minutes. We will, however, still let you decide when to undertake them. We will follow this practice for a number of lessons, and it would again be well to decide in advance when would be a good time to lay aside for each of them, and then adhering to your own decisions as closely as possible. Begin these practice periods by repeating the idea for today, adding the statement, signifying your recognition that salvation comes from nothing outside of you. You might put it this way: my salvation comes from me. It cannot come from anywhere else. Then devote a few minutes with your eyes closed to reviewing some of the external places where you have looked for salvation in the past, in other people, in possessions, in various situations and events, in self-concepts that you sought to make real. Recognize that it is not there and tell yourself, my salvation cannot come from any of these things. My salvation comes from me and only me. Now we will try again to reach the light in you, which is where your salvation is. You cannot find it in the clouds that surround the light, and it is in them you have been looking for it. It is not there. It is past the clouds and in the light beyond. Remember that you will have to go through the clouds before you can reach the light. But remember also that you have never found anything in that cloud pattern that you imagined, that endured, or that you wanted. Since all illusions of salvation have failed you, surely you do not want to remain in the clouds looking vainly for idols there, when you could so easily walk into the light of real salvation. Try to pass the clouds by whatever means appeals to you. If it helps you, think of me holding your hand and leading you. And I assure you, this will be no idle fantasy. And this is Jesus, the author of the Course, speaking. For the short and frequent practice periods today, remind yourself that your salvation comes from you, and nothing but your own thoughts can hamper your progress. You are free from all external interference, and you are in charge of your salvation. You are in charge of the salvation of the world. Say then, my salvation comes from me. Nothing outside of me can hold me back. Within me is the world's salvation and my own.
An inside job.
Big
Yes.
lesson. Big lesson.
Yeah,
That should be a fun Sunday.
absolutely. Well, we're going to jump into the chanting now. So thank you to all who came in, and Isabel's with us in the virtual room. And thank you to Ron. Thank you, darling. for
Thank you,
being-
everybody. Have a good
Thank you.
chant.
Love you.
Thank
Ron.
you,
You too.
Melanie, for coming in. All right. So our first chant, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen?
And we're going to chant that 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. Then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare all illness and illusions be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Om Gan Ganapataye Om Gan Ganapataye Ganapataye Om Gan Take a deep breath into your lungs and let's pull that energy into our hearts. When we decide and make the choice to let go, to remove all those obstacles and break through all the barriers, we come upon that feeling of freedom, that sweet release of just the openness and the beauty of love. And that's where we go in this higher vibration as we've done the chant to help us realize that it is a choice we make to open up to that. So breathe in that love and let's go into this new chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Karen, would you share with us about this chant?
Yes. So this is where we chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together. And beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Oh,
Renge
Kyo.
with
Kyo.
it,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
so.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Nam
Myoho
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Kyo.
So,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
the
Renge
free Kyo.
Let's go back into our heart with the breath. Breath is the connector. So as you breathe in, bring your focus to your heart center. Letting go of obstacles and illusions brings the freedom. And then the love has a place to flow into us and through us. And with that love, we are going to give honor to our Creator. We do this by chanting Om 3 times every night. And then after that chanting, we'll stay in our hearts for just a moment, connecting the heart and the brain. And then we'll give the love away into the world. If you would like to join us, take a deep breath in, set your intention, and let's honor God by chanting Om.
Oh,
Um, um, um,
Hold that love close into your heart. Nourish it. Ask Spirit to take the love that you feel and bring it out and expand it into the world, letting it go wherever it's needed, wherever there's a light that needs to shine in the darkness, wherever there's a heart that needs to be touched, and wherever there's hope that needs to be felt in our world. Just send your love out on a mission as you breathe it in from the divine and breathe it out from your heart. Om Shanti Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Thank you for this love that's in our hearts and that we can share it into the world and that we do have the knowingness that there is peace on earth. Om Shanti.
Peace.
Oh, what a beautiful night together. Thank you to all who gathered and all who will listen on the replay, like our Grace Isis, who sent a message that she will not be with us tonight, but she's sending her love. Every night we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. Karen, would you lead us in that tonight, please?
Yes, I would love to. So this is where we make our declaration because we know that the more we declare the more we share, the more we see, the more we experience that peace. And we know that that always begins inside of us. So we declare on 3, 2, 1. We declare
that
that there is peace on earth, and we declare
that peace begins inside of us.
Amen.
Man.
Forever and
Ever.
ever.
Always.
Man. Man.
Amen.
And be kind.
Yes, be kind. And we've been doing this for 1,013 days now as a group known as the
Peace.
For peace.
Peace.
That would be us.
That would be us. Charlie's a P.
Yes, I am.
Harry's a P. Karen's a P. Chris is a P, and so is Sunny.
Mhm.
And I'm a P. And is Marlene P here? No. But she's a P too. And there's lots of them out there. And I'm just asking the question, wouldn't you like to be a P too? A P for peace.
For
Because someday the earth is going to be full of peace for peace.
Right. And we'll make peace salad.
And we'll make peace out. You make it with cheese.
You can.
And you can make a really good pea salad. If we ever get together again, I'm going to make it. It's a 7-layer salad, but the peas are on the top.
Okay.
Delicious.
I'm sure it is. Well, does somebody want to sing Gracie's part since she's not here?
I'll sing Pieces Coming Around the Mountain,
Around the corner.
around the corner.
Around the mountain too.
Pieces coming around the corner
Corner
when we
when we
chant.
When we chant.
Pieces coming around the corner when we
we
chant.
When we
Pieces
chant.
coming around
Coming around the
the
corner.
smiles on
on
the
People
face.
yes,
Peace is
Pieces
coming
coming
around the
around the
corner
corner
when
when
we
we
chant.
chant.
all off tune, but there it is. Okay.
Be kind.
We wouldn't have it any other way, Jean.
Oh,
Our own kind of
that's a
harmony.
good thing. That's good.
Be kind.
Yeah.
Fine.
Be kind. And Gracie, if you're watching later on, we love you so much and we miss you. And hope
Need you.
well tonight. And anyone else who might be out there watching and cheering us on as we keep on chugging along on our little chanting train, chanting for change. Thank you for being with us. We love you so much. We do this every night. So come in and join us tomorrow. And we leave you with,
Namaste.
we love you. Good night.
Have a great day, everyone.
We got to make